And it's really made a big difference. In fact, Tom Young, Mitchell Christian's head coach, who is an optometrist, I think is the one who fitted him for the specs.
Pretty good story behind that. Cooper Garnos was trying to get Lonnie to bring the guys down as Provost hits over Severin again. Trying to get his team in the locker room. He said, Lonnie, bring him down when there's 10 minutes left on the clock. And Lonnie looked up and
squinted really bad and couldn't hardly see it.
Good grief, he just hit that one from about 27 feet higher with 2 threes. Lyman.
He's focused in, huh?
Maybe he can't see it out there. He's just feeling it. Red Willow. No. Vollmer had it for a second. Joe got it back and spun it in.
Well, it was Provost that kept it alive. Herb was on that poked it right away from Vollmer.
And they better pick up higher when he crosses the midcourt line.
Shoot it, they're yelling behind him.
He was a step back from that was all on that last 3. Higher, straight away. Oh, he's just a little short on that one. Vollmer rebounds, though. Soft little touch for Cody, and they've already surpassed their second half point total. 2.5 minutes here into this third quarter. Both teams scored just 7 points in the second. Provost had it knocked away. McPeak with the save. Higher, the bounce to Vollmer looking for Severin. And you got to come out and take him.
Stole it right back.
Stole it back because he wants to shoot it again, I'm guessing. Gives it off to McNaughton. Red Cloud back in that 3-2 collapsing zone. They go to Severin, taken away by Provost.
That entry pass was a little off the mark.
It's been the key to success so far, and so has Red Willow. Another rebound, but there's McNaughton. He had 4 caroms in the first half from that guard position. Higher really on the attack to start the second half. Severin fouled on the floor by Robert Brown.
Foul number 22, Robert Brown.
Made sure he got it.
Right on his. Definitely over the back. On the back, I guess, on that particular instance. Tough to get over Severin's back.
Tyler McPeak, a little strong, and Ferris Whitebowl cradles it. Lyman up by 2. 4:30 to play in the third. There's a foul on Severin. That's 2 on the big fella. Tough assignment for him on Provost.
Yeah, Provost is so quick with his feet and moves really well. A push. Small of the back, but yeah, Provost, when he's able to go pretty much one-on-one with Severin. Now, Severin's really good at what he does. He you know, decision making both offensively and defensively. That was just a poor decision on the shove.
Brown, no. Provost rebounded, and now that's 3 on Cody Vollmer as he picks up the foul, reaching over Red Willow's shoulder. Lyman in the man-to-man as they've been for the entire game. Chuck Archambault with the ball has checked in for Red Cloud. This is Provost right at Severin, and Lee held his ground at Red Willow again, but he stepped on the baseline. But another rebound for Red Willow. Cooper Garnos and the Raiders have come out hot, though. Lonnie Hire with a couple of zip code 3-pointers, and Lyman leads it by 2.
Able to light up our nights, would I be afraid?
If people had no dedication, would I have anyone to look up to?
If we didn't accept change, would I still learn? I cannot eat, will I still grow?
Where we go tomorrow depends on what we do today. Your electric cooperative, bringing you the power of electricity for everything you do.
Doug Brown is actually guarding out by the three-point line, and look at how much further Higher is away, and that's a rainmaker that goes in and drops to the bottom of the well.
4 threes for Lonnie Higher. He has 14 points. Lyman was down 2 at the half. They are up 2. Right now, Higher again, nothing but the bottom of the net, but it didn't go through the rim first, and now he's hearing it a little bit. Sundahl and Lillebo will check in for McPeak and McNaughton at the McGuards for Lyman. They play about equal time. Lillebo and Sundahl will come in for McNaughton and McPeak. Play about 16 minutes a game. Archambault to Doug Brown. Red Willow has had his way down low. That's 18 now for Joe Red Willow, who was another guy that transferred in this year to play for Dusty LeBeau. Transferred from Wanblee. Doug Brown got away with a knee on Lillebo, no call.
This zone looks like, the way they match up and run with it so well, looks like Red Cloud's run it all year. Well, not really. Right before the playoffs, he put this zone in.
Severin's first 2 of the second half. He has 6 in the game. And we stay at a 2-point game. We got a moving pick on the perimeter. They caught Doug Brown. First foul on Brown. Red Cloud is used to being close. They were in one with Flandreau yesterday afternoon, a game that had 6 ties. The lead changed 23 times in the ball game. Lillebo, it'll be a 3 if it goes. Rebounded by White Bull to Doug Brown.
On both ends, there's been a lot of those rebounds that have been tapped around a couple of times before someone does rip it down or control it anyway. No one's really been going up and just tearing the rebounds down.
Yeah, a lot of long shots, a lot of hard rebounds. Red Willow won't go. Bulmer trying to keep it alive. White Bull.
Yeah, there was another one. Tapped twice before he caught it.
Red Willow, count it, and the foul on Lillebo. There's the second shot of the possession. And then the third.
At first, I thought it was being called against Bulmer. I didn't see where Lillebo was down low.
21 points for Joe Red Willow. At 11 yesterday, averages 13. Bulmer draws a lot of attention. This is Sundahl to Lillebo. Torrey Sundahl will try it for 3. Got it. First points of the game for Torrey.
It looks like Lyman wants to go a little bit more to that high-low against the zone, and I guess I think it would work. But if the 3's going to go, you might as well take it, huh?
Sundahl took it away from White Bull, and then Ferris trying to chase him down. Picked up the foul and picked up a hip pointer in the process. Take another look at it. Landed on that left hip.
Kind of looked like someone threw the bomb down the far sideline, and it was a wide out and a cornerback battling each other all the way down for it.
Neil LeBeau checks in, number 30. That's 4 fouls on White Bull, so he sits down. Severin, who has great touch down there.
He's just so efficient on the offensive end. Yesterday at 23 points. He only missed 2 field goals and 2 free throws. He was 7 of 9 from the free throw line and 8 of 10 from the floor. So when he gets it, it usually goes in.
Red Willow had 2 shots at it. Speaking of efficient, Red Willow was 5 of 6 from the line, 3 of 4 from the field last night. There's your game clock. Time remaining third quarter. Lyman is sitting on a 4-point lead right now. Red Cloud guards extend the zone a bit. Token pressure. Heyer's got a pretty good handle on it, though. The black socks, the green shoes. The magic number on the clock, and then they'll go. Heyer again from 28 feet. Sundahl couldn't get it to go on the rebound, and after 3 quarters, Lyman takes the lead from Red Cloud. They're up by 4.
Let's say you need service from a telephone company. Company A is located in some faraway place. Company B is as close as your own community. Which would you rather call? Again, Company A, far away. Company B, close to home. Get the point? True local service. Brought to you by your locally owned and operated telephone company.
I'm Steve Hemmingson. Join us for KELOLAND News Break after the ball game. As the legislature wrestles with what to do with all those teenage criminals, we'll meet some South Dakota college students who are wading into the thick of the problem, keeping kids out of jail and learning at the same time.
Everything at you, and you learn quick.
Find out how college students are helping out South Dakota kids and helping themselves. And Dave is warming it up after the game.
2-2. It's been the threes, though, from Lonnie Heyer. 4 of them in the game. A couple of long bombs in the third quarter. Heyer with 14 points. Lyman up by 4 as we start the fourth. Doug Brown for 3. Right on line. That's 3 threes for Brown for all 9 of his points.
Well, a couple of threes in the first half helped open the middle back up for Red Cloud, so let's see what it does with Brown's first 3 of the quarter.
Brown and Red Willow, that's been a pretty good combination. Ross Lillebeau's first 2 points. Stays a 3-point lead for Lyman. Brown and Red Willow have been a pretty potent inside-outside combination. And just as Little Penny was about to knock one down, we got a
foul on Sundahl trying to work himself through a screen. Watch number 23, or 35 right there. I mean, set the nice screen. Provost smiles and points.
Irv has 3, and he didn't want number 4. This is Provost to Brown. Archambault. Provost over Severin.
It's just your classic triangle setup. Guy out high, guy down low, guy on the wing. Pass it around till the middle opens up.
Provost giving up those 6 inches. Severin has been able to shoot it over him with relative ease. Making it look easy anyway. And now Irv with the steal. Right back to Severin, though. Brown was there, and I think it should be a travel. And it is.
Through 3 quarters, identical field goal percentages. 38.1% for both teams. Of course, Lyman with those big 3-pointers. Rebounding edge, slight edge to Red Cloud. Red Cloud has 22 points in the paint to 16 for Lyman. I would not have guessed that at the beginning of the game with the Lyman having the size advantage, but not surprised either because Red Cloud wanted to be patient and get the ball inside, and that's where Red Willow has really taken over.
And a foul on the loose ball on LeBeau. First foul on Neil LeBeau. Cody Bulmer's been pretty silent in the second half. He had 2 points in the third quarter. There's Bulmer. And it's slapped away by Red Willow. Stay at the Lyman end. And
nothing real fancy out of Bulmer. He's just kind of planning himself about 6 to 8 feet away sometimes, and just posting up until he gets the ball.
Severin low block. Excellent touchdown there. He's got 10 now. Gets that ball up high. Good rotation. 10 for Lee Severin. Lyman hanging on to that 3-point lead. Sundall's got Lillebo ahead of the pack. Gathered himself. Gave it up nicely to Vollmer.
And it was the credit of Heyer. Heyer's the one that started it all in the defensive end. Good defense. Creates the offense.
Now the biggest lead of the ball game by Lyman prompts a timeout by Red Cloud. Raiders by 5, 5:37 to play in the fourth.
The world of healthcare is changing, but there are people in South Dakota who dedicate every day to keeping us well in cost-effective ways. They are the physicians, the nurses, the hospitals, the pharmacies, and the thousands of other providers and support staff statewide. A comprehensive managed care network setting the standard for excellence. These are the faces of Dakota Care. Delivering 10 years of proven performance in managed care.
Guess what? When you buy Frontier Grass Herbicide and Banville, you'll get cash back on both. Or buy Frontier and Clarity, cash back on both. Or buy Frontier and Marksman, you guessed it. It's called Cash Partners from Sandoz. Just buy Frontier and get $12 back when it's paired with Banville or Clarity, $2.50 with Marksman. That makes our Cash Partners rewards even bigger than before. Superior performance and more cash back. Why you'd pass up this deal is anyone's guess.
Well, defense, the most important part of the game. Number 31, Lonnie Heyer pokes it away, then the hustle save. Gets it ahead to the other end, and off the finish, Cody Vollmer.
.40 Lyman. 5.5 to play, fourth quarter. First semifinal tonight. Lennox and Douglas will follow this one. Provost. Again over both Severin and Vollmer, and Heyer dropped in the hole and took it away. Well, got Vollmer ahead of the crowd. Missed it, got it back, missed it, got it back. Little Mambo, he's got to go up with it. And that's 15 now from Vollmer. Avoided the 3-second call. 7-point lead now for Lyman. Joe Redwillow had 21 points through 3 quarters, is yet to score here in the fourth. Provost again, right at Severin. That's 10 now for Provost. Cuts the lead to 5. Little pressure now in the backcourt. Heyer will have to handle it along with Sundall. Lonnie Heyer on the drive, and Redwillow, I believe, reached in.
Well, the point has been wide open. The emphasis, the Lyman's been going to the wing to try to get it down low. And the point has been open, and that's the first time that Heyer has really jumped in there and took advantage of it, or any of the Lyman guards, for quite a while. A couple of scores to pass a long time at the Great Lakes Regional Division II NCAA playoffs. Northern Kentucky has ended Northern State University's season on the men's side, 82-71. Northern Kentucky 82-71 over Northern State. And the NAIA women's, Black Hills rolls on, a 95-82 win over Shawnee State. So the Yellow Jackets beat Shawnee 95-82.
Wes Lillebo, big rebound off the Heyer miss. So Lyman with a 6-point lead. At the 4:10 mark of the fourth, Heyer again looking for an opening. They leave him alone, and Lonnie takes it up and in. 17 now for Lonnie Heyer.
Everyone just backed off. Hey, if I'm this wide open, I'm going to shoot it. You saw me when I was 30 feet away. When I'm only 3, you better guard me.
Lyman extends the lead to 8. Red Cloud wants to talk about it again. 3:58 to play.
Being a good citizen isn't just for moms and dads. That's why Norwest sponsors Kids Voting USA, a program that allows kids to vote with their parents. They're learning about democracy and reminding us all that voting is both a privilege and a responsibility, a fundamental freedom America was founded upon. At Norwest, we believe one day his name might be on the ballot. That's why it's important he learn about being a good citizen today.
When it comes to being accurate and complete, there's only one phone book in your community that deserves a gold star. Reach for the star, your Telecom USA directory. More names, more towns, more information. You don't need a computer and that instruction book to cruise the information superhighway. Reach for the star. Dial In Touch with hundreds of categories. It's your on-ramp to a world of information, and it's free from your Telecom USA directory.
Here's Heyer's last basket. Red Willow and Brown and Provost were all around him at one point. Irv, Robert, and Joe all back out, and that leaves Heyer open for the score.
Now, as we went into that last timeout, there was a technical called on the Red Cloud bench. So Lyman will get 2 free throws and the basketball, and they already lead it by 8. It was not on head coach Dusty LeBeau. It was on the Red Cloud bench. So Vollmer will shoot 2.
And that is where Cody struggled yesterday. From the line, 6 out of 11.
Two out of 3 thus far in the game for Vollmer. 16 points. So now with a 9-point lead, Lyman will get the ball back on the technical. And now the clock starts to become Red Cloud's enemy. 3:45 to play. Vollmer tried to go over Provost. Travel. Should be a walk, yes. Good defense by Irv, staying on his feet down there. Doug Brown works it to White Bull. Ferris, White Bull over Vollmer, but Vollmer comes away with it, and now we got Ferris on a reach-in, and that's going to be all.
Rebound, I think that was rebound number 9 for Vollmer in the game.
So Ferris picks up his 5th with 3:27 to play in the 4th. The senior fouls out with 2 points. And Neil LeBeau will check into the Red Cloud lineup. Vollmer at the line for the 1-and-1. 17th foul on Red Cloud.
We have another playoff college basketball final to pass along, Tom. University of North Dakota women end South Dakota State season. The final 68-55, the Sioux over the Jackrabbits.
Here at the arena, 53-42 Lyman. Brown's 3 wouldn't go. Red Willow had it taken away by Heyer, and now we're going to get a charge on the baseline as Provost stood in and took it.
4th one on Heyer, who's been all over. Oh, third one, excuse me. I gave Lonnie an extra one too early.
Robert Brown to Doug, back to Red Willow, and now we got a hold inside on Severin. 16 foul on Lyman. The next will be the 1-and-1.
Watch the contact out front. There's the foul was not called out front. It was called nearest to the camera right there on number 25.
Red Willow has yet to score in the 4th.
I think you could hear the slap on that one. Lillebeau coming across the wrist as Red Willow went up.
Call it on the shot, so Red Willow will get 2. Joe had 10 in the first quarter. Has 21 so far.
You can tell from that shot he stands a little offset, not directly in line with the basket.
Cuts the lead to 10, but there's only 2:57 on the clock, and now the pressure comes from Red Cloud. Lillebo beats it off the pass from Heyer. Did not drag his foot, and now they got Heyer busting through on Robert Brown, who stood in there and took it. 4 now on Lonnie Heyer.
Another look at the contact. Heyer puts the shoulder down.
Player control foul, offensive foul. They don't shoot the 1-and-1, even though it is the 8th team foul on Lyman. Robert Brown. Archambault, the three-point artist in the game.
He's been hounded. They've really guarded the line very well against the 9th grader. He's not gotten a shot up, I don't think.
Red Willow over Severin. 24 for Red Willow. Cuts the lead to 8. Brown took it away, but he was out of bounds. Furious pressure now out of the Red Cloud guards.
Cooper Garnos thought he would see a little bit more pressure. He thought he'd see more finesse pressure. This is not finesse pressure. This is all out full court.
Coop wants to talk about it. His team up by 8.
This is the eagle. It is the strongest and bravest of all birds. It symbolizes the great spirit of the Lakota people, and its feathers are sacred. It represents a value we all must possess: courage. Courage to face decisions and not run from them. Courage to make wise choices in this precious thing we all share called life.
We got 3 little words that describe the down payment you need to lease a new Chevy S-Series pickup. Zero, zip, zilch. Now, you pick the down. You pick the payment. 0 down or $199 a month or less. 24-month smart lease. Chevy S-Series, one of the longest-lasting, most dependable trucks on the road. Chevy S-Series with air. 0 down or $199 a month or less. See your Heartland Chevy dealers.
There's the situation. The buzzer sounded for no apparent reason. We're going to play it in, though. 2:20 to play in the fourth. Lyman up by 8. Bulmer comes back to help on the pressure. Heyer had it slapped away, so he gets to keep the dribble. And now what are they going to call? It's not a turnover on Lyman.
There was a fist up somewhere. Heyer says he was hit on the arm. On Archambault.
Heyer had the dribble above his head, but and Archambault is not even in that picture. I'm not sure.
Before that.
Way before that, huh? Works out, though, for Red Cloud. They're down by 8. 2 minutes exactly to play in the fourth. Bulmer with a big rebound.
He's in double digits there, too.
Reach in on Provost. That's his 4th.
Triple team. Bulmer has been harassed when he's had the ball offensively, and here defensively. The reach through. You saw where the hand was separated from the basketball. Yeah, you did it, Herb.
1-and-1 for Bulmer. 4 out of 5 in the fourth, 5 out of 6 in the game at the line for Cody. Earns the second. That's 20 now for Bulmer. 10-point lead for Lyman. Time running out on the guys in white. Archambault leaves it for Provost. Severin rebounds. Good job by Lillebo to beat the pressure. Now Heyer will keep it as long as he can, and Robert Brown reached in. that's 2 on Robert Brown, 10th team foul on the Crusaders. So now we get to the super bonus situation. Every foul from here on out on Red Cloud will be 2 shots for Lyman. Raiders were down at the half by 2.
Was outscored Red Cloud, what, 15-9 to take the lead in the third period.
And have opened it up and kept it open here in the fourth. They lead it by 10. There's a minute 30 on the clock. After Red Willow got off to that hot start for Red Cloud, they've pinched him a little bit. He does have 24 points, but it's been a quiet 10 in the second half.
And 12 rebounds to go along with that. But in the fourth quarter of last night's victory over West Central, Lyman was 18 of 20 from the free throw line. So fourth quarter free throws make coaches very happy when they go in. Red Cloud has slipped under 40% shooting on the game right now, hitting 20 of 51.
Heyer gets 2. He's 1 out of 3 so far in the game.
That's a little flat, looked like.
He shoots that flat shot, doesn't he?
But I always say, if you look at the heels of the shooter, the heels will give away so much of whether a guy will make that free throw or not. He's up on the ball of his feet.
18 for Lonnie Heyer. It's a 12-point lead. 11 checked that, and now an 8 after the 3 by Brown.
Brown Robert has been all over the place on that point, just trying to catch up and keep up with the ball, and there he stopped the clock.
Cooper Garnos knows state tournaments.
Played on the 85 State B championship team. Lyman defeated Salem that year.
2 shots for Torrey Sundahl.
You talk about what, a decade plus 1 difference in hairstyles.
It was kind of the male bouffant back then in 85 for those guys. 4 points for Sundahl. It's a 9-point lead for Lyman. Brown. No. Severin. Boards. He'll shoot 2. Goes on Red Willow. We're under a minute now to play. 55 seconds. Lyman not really putting it away at the line.
Now watch Lee Severin when he goes to the free throw. We've talked about throughout the game his touch from inside. Most big guys have a tendency to shoot their free throws really on a low and a line drive. Severin does not. He puts real nice arch, real nice follow through.
LeBeau sits down. Archambault, the 3-point shooter, back in for Red Cloud. 2 for Severin. The heels were up. The net was snapped.
I just think that's such a big key. Yeah, it is. Actually, it's a little more so when you watch the girls' game than the boys. But
Red Cloud down by 10. Archambault for 3. Going to be a little long. Severin will let it go. Robert Brown saved it, but right to Lillebeau, who's got Heyer ahead, to give it to Vollmer, who had it slapped away by Doug Brown, hustling back. Red Willow blocked by Vollmer, but Severin got him before that. That's 4 on Severin. Stops the clock with 29.8 seconds.
Vollmer was still upset because on the other end he didn't get the foul called as he tried to go up to slam that one.
Red Willow gets 2. 25 now for Joe Red Willow. Just a junior. He'll be back along with 3 other starters for Red Cloud. Ferris Whitebowl, the only senior. Cuts the lead to 8. And now Heyer wants a timeout. Lyman Leads it by 8. We've got 29.3 seconds to play in the fourth.
Every athlete dreams of performing stronger, faster, better. And now it's possible with the McKinnon Acceleration Program.
I saw improvements right away with the treadmill workouts, the agility workouts, the strength cord, and the weightlifting. The service is invaluable, especially as a young athlete. If you're just starting off, it's going to put you way ahead of the pack.
McKinnon Acceleration helps athletes in all sports achieve measurable improvements. Get the competitive edge with the McKinnon Acceleration Program.
Back 29.3 to play in the fourth. Guys in red up by 8. Vollmer ahead of the pack. Provost got him on the way up.
He knew that was, I could just tell Irv was not going to give him the breakaway. Which is fine. Vollmer wanted an intentional foul. That seemed legit here. Just doesn't want to give up the points.
Provost fouls out with 10. 27.1 seconds up on the clock. Vollmer back at the line to shoot 2. Provost will be back next year. Dusty LeBeau says we're going to be back in the tournament again next year. We're going to have a good team. Vollmer's hit his last 6 in a row from the line. Cooper still looks worried, even though his team's up by 9. 27 seconds left. LeBeau rebounds to Doug Brown, who will look for the 3. Just short, and Severin to Lillebeau. And Ross will get a couple of more shots from the stripe. 16 seconds left.
Well, the number 2 seed has made it to the final.
Lyman.
The number 1 seed is Douglas. The number 5 seed Lennox still to play.
Ross Lillebeau, the 5'10 senior, has 2 points so far. Perfect on that one. 10-point Lyman lead. Just a matter of the final now. Perfect on both of them. 4 for Lillebeau. 14 seconds left. Archambault. That's what we saw last night. First 3 of the game for Archambault. A little late, higher ahead of the field. Out it for Lonnie. That's going to be the ball game. 10-point win for the Lyman Raiders, who move on into the State A championship game tomorrow night. 63-53, the final. Tack on those 2 more for Lonnie Heyer. That gives him 20 for the ball game. He is standing by with Lee Timmerman. We'll get a word in with Lonnie Heyer and Cooper Garnos. Let's go to the floor. Lee?
Well, Lonnie, first of all, did you really know where you were in the third quarter when some of those things were going up and going in?
Well, I shoot out there a lot in practice stuff. I practice out there, so it's really not that big a deal to me, but obviously it's some of the fans, I guess.
And to some of the announcers, too, I think. Those things were bombs, but they went in for you in that key third quarter, which really, you got the lead in that third. That was the key period, wasn't it?
Yeah. We opened up a little. We needed some outside shooting because they were just cramming it inside, and we got it, I guess.
And yes, you did. Thank you. Congratulations, Lonnie Heyer. His big 3-pointers in that third quarter, which is when you did establish the lead. Head coach Cooper Garnos, and after that, things kind of got rolling a little bit more, didn't they?
Yeah, I drew those up for Lonnie.
Did you?
No.
Or, no, Keith Moore probably did.
Probably. That's a big turning point. We did need to hit some outside shots. I think it opened up our inside game a little more. Lee Severin got a couple big hoops underneath, and then Cody got some big rebounds and putbacks, too.
I thought in the second half, especially, Vollmer was much more aggressive in the rebounding end of things.
We talked about that at halftime, that you really got to be active down low, especially when a shot goes up. And Cody, with his versatility and his athletic ability, got some rebounds just because of his hard work.
All right, his job is not done, Tom. He still has some scouting to do. Cooper Garnos will watch the next game because his team is in the title shot.
All right, LT, Lennox and Milbank getting set for our second semifinal. The big guys had the big games for Lyman. 21 points for Vollmer, 20 for Lonnie Heyer, 11 for Lee Severin. Coming up, Douglas, the #1 seed, Lennox, who has made a living here at the state tournament. They're getting ready to go at it. We're going to do a little business, and then we'll be back to State A Central here at the Sioux Falls Arena.
Your Community Norwest Bank is dedicated to building the future of this region. That's why we've awarded nearly $400,000 in college and vocational scholarships to local students since 1990.
From Watertown, one of our state's fastest growing cities, two of our 1996 winners are Elizabeth Heyman and Wendy Peach.
In Madison, we appreciate the staff and students at Dakota State University and congratulate our winners, Kara Carmody and Chelsea French.
Mitchell is proud to be the home of Dakota Wesleyan University, Mitchell Technical Institute, and these 1996 $1,000 scholarship winners, Jamie Wygant and April Young.
Spearfish salutes Blackhill State University and our two scholarship winners, Don Getz and Aaron Sass.
Come on over to Norwest now.
Keeping our children healthy, it's a necessity, it's a challenge, and it's what we do. At the South Dakota Children's Hospital and Specialty Clinics at Sioux Valley Hospital, the region's most comprehensive network of children's health services, from clinical care to prevention and education, available through a single convenient resource at Sioux Valley. South Dakota Children's Hospital and Specialty Clinics, keeping kids healthy in every way.
For years now, Ford Escort has come to mean the best value in a small car. And now get even more value with $1,000 cash back or 4-8 financing during the Escort closeout. Buy or lease a new 96 3-door Escort and get $1,000 cash back. Or save with low 4-8 financing. Plus, get standard features like dual airbags, air conditioning, AM/FM stereo, alloy wheels, and a rear spoiler. But $1,000 cash back or 4-8 financing during the Escort closeout is only for a short time and only at your Northland Ford dealer.
Students battling juvenile crime. Join us after the game.
And welcome back. Here's our American Dairy Association player of the game, Lonnie Heyer. You remember that little run and hook shot in the first half, and then in the second half, in the third quarter especially, some three-point bombs. They finished with 4 3-pointers. We have them for 20 points. And Lonnie will receive a certificate and a donation sent to Lyman High School on behalf of Lonnie from your local dairy farmers who ask, got milk? Lonnie Heyer, the American Dairy Association player of the game. Our guest voice, by the way, just back from Hawaii.
10, man. We're not jealous at all. Yeah, Heyer was excellent, wasn't he? Second half, God, he came out and just totally took over. All right.
He's a new dad. He can do that. He's good at it now, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm terrible at it, actually. Vollmer had 21. Joe Redwillow, 26 points, really played a good game for Red Cloud in the loss. Right now is the Patriots get ready to go. That's a young Marquardt, I believe.
Yes.
Lennox and Douglas are getting set to go at it. Right now, we're going to break from the arena, go back to our Sioux Falls studios, and this Kelloland News Break.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hemmingson.
And I'm Angela Kennecke with Kelloland News Break.
As the legislature and the governor try to figure out what to do about juvenile crime, these college students are doing it. Criminal justice students in Huron are setting up a place for teenagers in trouble.
Kids will throw anything and everything at you, and you learn quick.
Tonight after the game, we'll see how these students are helping themselves and helping others at the same time.
When legislators go back to Pierre for the last day of the session, they still face the issue of money for abuse shelters. Kelloland's Vernon Brown says we can expect a clash between beliefs and money.
Abuse shelters will get plenty of attention Monday, but will they get money? Shelter lobbyist claims Representative Hal Wick is blackmailing shelters connected to a lobbying group that supports abortion rights.
There wasn't blackmail.
When certain representatives take and want to politicize that and advance their own causes or maybe their re-election plans, I think it's a cheap, cheap political shot.
Lawmakers will also take a shot at funding some other programs, like the Mickelson College Scholarship and property and sales tax refunds for elderly and disabled people.
Those three we know we can fund, or any other combination thereof, but we do have the money that would equal that. It's $2+ million with dollars that would be available.
But available money always brings on additional debate, and then there's always a chance of surprise issues.
But I'm in the minority party, so I think you have to ask, the governor or the Republicans if they're going to ram something down our throats again this year.
And to my knowledge, at this point, there are no, other issues coming up.
But that would be a first in many years for Pierre.
The plan to put that new trucking tax to a public vote will have to steer a detour through court if it's going on the ballot. The Attorney General says the tax can't be put to a vote because it's essential to the operation of government.
Now let's see if Dave Dedrick can warm up the weekend for us, finally.
Yes, we finally can, Steve. We're going to just make it so nice. Rapid City, in 4 days, they're going to jump almost 100 degrees from like 20 to 25 below zero up to about 90, or 70, excuse me, up to about 70 for Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Take a look at the span we've got. Tomorrow, Sioux Falls at 34, Sioux Falls Sunday at 55, Monday 60, Tuesday 60, and Wednesday 65, while Rapid City's reaching 70s and Aberdeen's reaching the mid-50s to right around 60 degrees. We have nothing but sunshine coming our way, and I was thinking of that old bugaboo we had about the basketball tournaments and blizzards. Well, we certainly beat it this year. It's gorgeous.
Well, I think it's when they divided them up into 3 tournaments that took care of it, Dave. Thanks.
Nice weather coming our way, though. Well, we'll have more news after this.
The world of healthcare is changing, but there are people in South Dakota who dedicate every day to keeping us well in cost-effective ways. They are the physicians, the nurses, the hospitals, the pharmacies, and the thousands of other providers and support staff statewide. A comprehensive managed care network setting the standard for excellence. These are the faces of Dakota Care, delivering 10 years of proven performance in managed care.
What kind of car best fits the way you like to live?
I want a sexy little car, but I want quality too.
Lease a beautiful Regal for $249 a month. It's got to be comfortable. Power driver's seat, dual airbags, ABS, remote keyless entry.
I really like the remote keyless.
Regal's standard V6 engine just flies.
You know what it's like on the highway. You gotta have some power.
$500 cash to you or lease it for $249 a month at your nearest quality Buick dealer.
Buick is America's ride.
The Black Hills is where the action was today. Upset over a fender bender he had with a Rapid City woman, 19-year-old Perry Huffman of Blackhawk paid an unannounced visit to the woman's house. When he found the house empty, Huffman fired a high-powered hunting rifle into the picture window, hitting the woman's dog. The animal will survive.
And there's a major drug bust in the hills. 14 people ages 17 to 48 have been arrested in Sturgis for everything from speed to LSD.
That's KELOLAND Newsbreak. Join us for more after the game.
Finally, there's hope at McKinnon Hospital for people suffering from chronic pain.
What the program does for people is help them to reclaim their lives through educating them how to more effectively manage their chronic pain condition.
By going through their physical therapy, I have learned to manage my pain sufficiently to lead a far more normal life than I did before.
The Pain Management Center at McKinnon Hospital.
Ever notice how people seem to have pretty good relationships with their telephones?
I love you too, sweetheart.
You'd almost think they were best friends.
Talk to you later, buddy.
Across South Dakota, the same can be said about the kind of relationship you have with your locally owned phone company. After all, they're your friends and neighbors, making you more than just a customer.
I wish I could give you a great big hug.
Within reason, of course. Knowing our customers. A message from your locally owned and operated telephone company.
If we weren't
weren't able to light up our nights, would I be afraid?
If people had no dedication, would I have anyone to look up to?
If we didn't accept change, would I still learn? If I cannot eat, would I still grow?
Where we go tomorrow depends on what we do today. Your electric cooperative, bringing you the power of electricity for everything you do.
Spring, 93, normal rainfall. Frontier outperforms Dual 2. 94, dry. Frontier outperforms Dual 2. 95, wet. Frontier outperforms Dual 2. Frontier's chemistry activates with less moisture and stays in the weed zone better when it's wet. For safe, season-long grass control. Wet, dry, or average. If you've been using Dual 2, you can do better. Frontier.
Down the lane comes Burkhardt. Off the glass, he got it again. Cody down low. Bomer spins. Oh!
Then and now, Keloland Sports, your sports leader.
Welcome back. We are between games where Lyman has just advanced to the Class A 1996 title game. Lennox or Douglas will join them. That's still yet to be played out on your Keloland station in front of you at home. And multi-sport athletes, well, they're nothing new to Keloland, but most athletes from the men's side of things anyway jump from football right into basketball or wrestling. But there are a few that go from the gridiron to the ice in the winter. And Stacy Bauer has more on one of the best running backs and hockey players in Keloland.
I'm just here to play hockey.
In the winter, that's what you'll find Ed Schumann doing, playing hockey for the Sioux Falls Flyers.
I like the action, the contact, always going 100 miles an hour.
But before things froze this fall, Schumann was on the field dominating the offense for the O'Gorman Knights.
Yeah, I look forward to a couple weeks off first, but once it gets going, it's a lot of fun. Something different group of people to hang out with.
Schumann's found the net 6 times for the Flyers this season and is one of the team's captains.
The hockey players we have always been good football players. I'm surprised at the parallel. He's the kind of kid, though, that could play about anything. I mean, I think he would be an excellent wrestler. I'm sure you name the sport. Ed is probably pretty good at it, but I can see him being a good hockey player.
But he's also a great football player. Schumann led the Knights in rushing and scoring, and he was second on the team in tackling.
He was certainly, when you look at our football team, probably our most valuable player.
The kind of player Keeter wishes he could redshirt.
He's the kind of kid that you wish you could keep for another year, even though he's a senior. He's a kid that was really popular with our players, you know, a real team player, the kind of guy that is going to block when he has to block, and when he gets a chance to carry the ball, everybody's kind of glad to help him out.
His nickname is the Shoe, so whether he's lacing up skates or spikes, Ed Schumann always puts his best foot forward. Stacy Bauer, Keloland Sports.
Thank you, Stace. And you talk about putting your best foot forward. There was a first in Keloland this past winter on the gymnastics front. It was a red letter day for the sport of high school gymnastics in the state. The maiden maneuver was pulled off in a meet in Rapid City this past January.
When she started going down for her first tumbling pass, I mean, my heart was just pounding.
Sioux Falls O'Gorman gymnast Angie Rolla's history-making moment happened in the floor exercise. A double backflip.
She really pulled it off and had a good landing, and she stuck it. And it was the first time ever that anybody in high school gymnastics has ever thrown one. So one of the coaches came up to me afterwards and said, you know, kind of thanked us and said, you know, we're taking gymnastics to a new level in South Dakota.
The spotlight was on Angie because everyone knew she was going to make it a part of her routine.
She was one of the last gymnasts on the floor of the meet, so most of the events were winding down, and so most of the fans and the gymnasts were waiting for it all night.
Rolla is just an 8th grader, but Coach Bauer says she's very aware of her accomplishment.
I think so, in a way. I think everybody at the meet was so pumped up and always talking about it because she threw a couple in warm-ups earlier. So I think that after everybody watching her and, you know, all the fame that she got afterwards from people coming up to her, I think she kind of realized it.
Yes, and she did kind of realize it, Angie Rolla. And Coach says that since she's still an 8th grader, she expects to see a couple more double backs before her career is done. Well, the high school careers of the seniors will wrap up at this high school state tournament, and we'll talk more about Lennox and Douglas as Keloland's Tom Neiman is going to slide over to head coach Steve Anderson of Douglas and try and get a word in over there. Lennox 18-5, Douglas 19-3. Okay, Tom, go ahead.
Right over here. Yeah. All right, Steve, you guys play the good pressure. Do you come out and attack Lennox with the pressure? How do you go at them?
Yeah, well, we press. Yeah, we try to press 32 minutes unless everybody fouls out.
Yeah. What scares them, or what scares you about them? How do you go at them?
They are big, strong athletes. Every one of them down on that block is tougher than heck. They know how to post up. They got good post moves. It could be a long night for us. If we're not quicker than they are, we're in problems. We got trouble.
That sounds like a coach, doesn't he? All right, thank you, Steve, very much. LT, let's try to get Tim Hooten here one of these breaks before we started.
Yes, indeed. We'll take that break that you're talking about, Tom. Here's the two teams again, the Patriots and the Orioles. I should be able to say that since I graduated from that high school, but Douglas will go up against Lennox, and we'll break away, and Tom will talk with Coach Hooten after this.
Krista is learning there's more to water than just turning on a faucet. She attended one of 7 water festivals held across South Dakota. Thanks to sponsors like Norwest Bank, Krista and thousands of other 4th graders in South Dakota are discovering how water affects our daily lives and everything around us. Norwest is proud to invest in 2 of our most valuable resources, our water and our children.
There is a symbol that stands for the togetherness of all people. It is the circle. To the Lakota, it represents life, timeless, flowing, with no beginning and no end. If our circle becomes broken, we must mend it. I want each of you to remember this. Keep your circle strong. Say no to drugs and alcohol.
And now let's make that random call with today's $10,000 question. Who shot Alexander Hamilton in that famous duel? Hello, for $10,000. Excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry. Your time is up.
Got milk? Monday menu on the early news at 5. It's the tasteful way to start your week.
Lennox coach Tim Hooten. Steve Anderson wouldn't give it to us straight. He thinks they're totally outmatched, but how do you handle constant pressure like Douglas throws at you?
Well, one of the things that, we played a schedule the way we have is because you do get teams that play constant pressure against you, and I hope we handle it real well. One of the things we're going to do is clear the floor and make sure it's straight up man. If they're in a run and jump situation, then who's ever jumping will come back to get the ball and, look to help, and hopefully we can create some 4-on-3 situations.
The Price kid had a huge game last night. Do you concentrate on him, or you just go man-to-man on him and try to stop him with one guy?
We're gonna go straight up on him to begin with. He's their leading scorer. Yeah, he had an outstanding game last night, but not only that, but he's still their leading scorer. He's averaging 18 points a game for them. The 5 starters all averaging approximately 10 points. So you just can't look at one individual and say, well, if we stop him, we're going to win. I think there's 3 individuals we really got to take care of tonight, and Price and Percival and the Bean kid are the 3 that we're going to really work on to get stopped.
These clothes look familiar because it's kind of the same outfit. They wear a uniform, you wear a uniform, right?
Pretty much this year. We're, like I said, we wore the same thing now every tournament game, and we're not going to switch because it's winning.
Lucky underwear and all, right?
Everything's the same.
All right, Hoot. Thanks a lot, LT.
Lennox, the champions of District 7, defeating Canton and Harrisburg, a very athletic Harrisburg team. in the district championship game, and the Lennox moved on with a Region 4 victory over Vermillion. Douglas made it to Sioux Falls in the state tournament by beating Belle Fourche in the District 16 championship game. Then St. Thomas More was the opponent in Region 8. Yesterday, Douglas defeated Chamberlain 75-54. Yesterday, Lennox beat Millbank in a very entertaining game, especially the first half. I thought was the best, definitely the best half of basketball we watched yesterday was the first half of the Millbank-Lennox game. 57-50 was the final score there. 19-3 is the record for Steve Anderson's Douglas Patriots. Tim Hooton's Lennox Orioles, 18-5. Gordy Needon is our PA announcer, and he'll let us know who is starting for these two teams. That pause was anticipation. Here's Gordy.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, in our second semifinal action of the State A boys.
Lennox coach Tim Hooton. Steve Anderson wouldn't give it to us straight. He thinks they're totally outmatched, but how do you handle constant pressure like Douglas throws at you?
Well, one of the things that, you know, we played a schedule the way we have is because you do get teams that play constant pressure against you, and, you know, I hope we handle it real well. One of the things we're going to do is clear the floor and make sure it's straight up man. You know, if they're in a run and jump situation, then who's ever jumping will come back to get the ball and, you know, look to help, and hopefully we can create some 4-on-3 situations.
The Price kid had a huge game last night. Do you concentrate on him, or you just go man-to-man on him and try to stop him with one guy?
We're gonna go straight up on him to begin with. You know, he's their leading scorer. Yeah, he had an outstanding game last night, but, you know, not only that, but he's still their leading scorer. He's averaging 18 points a game from the other 5 starters, all that averaging approximately 10 points. You know, so you just can't look at one individual and say, well, if we stop him, we're going to win. I think there's 3 individuals we really got to take care of tonight, and Price and Percival and the Peen kid are the 3 that we're going to really work on to get stops.
These clothes look familiar because it's kind of the same outfit. They wear a uniform, you wear a uniform, right?
Pretty much this year. We're, like I said, we wore the same thing now every tournament game, and we're not going to switch because it's winning.
Lucky underwear and all, right?
Everything's the same.
All right, Hoot. Thanks a lot, LT.
Lennox, the champions of District 7, defeating Canton and Harrisburg, a very athletic Harrisburg team, in the district championship game, and the Lennox moved on with a Region 4 victory over Vermillion. Douglas made it to Sioux Falls in the state tournament by beating Belle Fourche in the District 16 championship game. Then St. Thomas More was the opponent in Region 8. Yesterday, Douglas defeated Chamberlain 75-54. Yesterday, Lennox beat Millbank in a very entertaining game, especially the first half. I thought was the best, definitely the best half of basketball we watched yesterday was the first half of the Millbank-Lennox game. 57-50 was the final score there. 19-3 is the record for Steve Anderson's Douglas Patriots. Tim Hooton's Lennox Orioles, 18-5. Gordy Needon is our PA announcer, and he'll let us know who is starting for these two teams. That pause was anticipation. Here's Gordy.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, in our second semifinal action of the State A boys basketball tournament, we have the Douglas Patriots playing the Lennox Orioles. First of all, the cheerleaders for the visiting Lennox Orioles: Brooke Holper, Suzanne Lund, Julie Poppinga, Naomi Wright, and Schmidt. Now the starting lineup: at a forward, a 6'2" senior, tri-captain, number 33, Charles Ritter. At the other forward, 6'5" sophomore, number 41, Ben Rups. At center, a 6'7" junior, number 45, Brad Hansen. At a guard, a tri-captain, 6'3" senior, number 21, Mike Edler. And at the other guard, a 6'3" senior, tri-captain, number 11, Jordan Saylor. Assistant coaches, Jeff Larson, Pat Liebenthaler. Head coach of the Orioles, Tim Hooten. And now the cheerleaders for the Douglas Patriots. Amanda Ford, Monique Deichman, Crystal Deichman, Kira Holland, Missy Myers, Morgan Myers. Yell leaders, Nick Garcia, Steve Anderson, and Sean Klosterman. Starting lineup for the Patriots: out of forward, a 6'1" senior, tri-captain, number 30, Matt Percival. At the other forward, a 6'3" senior, tri-captain, number 50, Jason Price. At the center, a 6'5" senior, tri-captain, number 52, Craig Worley. At a guard, 6'2" senior, number 44, John Walton. And at the other guard, a 6-foot freshman, number 20, Dwayne Peen. Assistant coaches, Tom Willis, Kip Coates, Lauren Krogstad, Mike Purcell. Head coach of the Patriots, Steve Anderson.
Those two guys will officiate the game. Buck Timmons, as you see running toward you, he is from Mitchell. And Rapid City's Luke Yellowrobe will be the officiating crew for our second semifinal game. Steve Anderson, in his 26th year of coaching high school basketball, most of those years spent in the state of Iowa. Lennox coaching Coach Tim Hooten has been there all 16 of his head coaching seasons. Lennox in the orange, Patriots in the white. And in the jump circle, Hansen and Worley. And Jordan Saylor will bring it up for the first trip and the first chance to score in the game. Saylor left wide open from three-point land. Walton with the rebound.
50, I believe, is the man, well, as Walton goes to the hoop, but 50 is the man to watch in white. Jason Price had 33 in the first round last night.
But Coach Hooten said he thinks he's a little more worried about Peen and Percival. Peen because he's just a dynamite point guard. Percival because he's a great athlete. And you don't expect someone to hit 33 2 games in a row. I don't know. We'll see.
I think it starts with Price.
Yeah, Price, the guy they call Doc. He's number 50 out there.
Lennox, the strength advantage, probably a little bigger, but Douglas probably a little quicker.
Craig Worley, who has picked up his game a lot over the from last year to this year, and a travel call against Percival on the other end. Both teams will pick up in some full court pressure.
$32 minutes unless everybody fouls out. Douglas will keep coming at you and keep coming at you.
But unlike Chamberlain, and there's Peen, takes one right away from Saylor. They cleared out for Saylor, and Peen picked his pocket. First 2 points go to Dwayne Peen, a freshman, 6-foot guard, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and a block yesterday.
The freshman, geez. But the man press, you got to beat it with the dribble one-on-one. Ritter, that helps.
Ritter. Charles Ritter averaging 6 points, 4 rebounds a game, one of the senior starters and tri-captain.
Rops got a hand on it.
Rops, a player that Coach Hooten said has to play to his potential tonight. Rops had a little tough outing yesterday against Millbank as far as his standards are concerned. There is Rops defensively on Price. Price took him to the baseline but did not give up any points. Rops may have twisted his ankle a bit. He was slow getting up, but now he joins his teammates. Ritter down low. He's off the double team. Worley with another board.
Yeah, it was almost a quadruple team. Everybody dropped down to the level of the ball, which you need to do in a good help team defense.
Price out between the circles. That's Peen. Saylor and Hoffman will have a chance to guard him. They pulled a switch there. Lennox does, and now Ritter is on Peen. Percival into the lane. Oh, he's quick with the ball. Worley with the follow-up.
Percival's the guy that Tim Hooten thinks is really going to hurt him, just as athletic as he is. And if he can get to the hoop like that, Worley will make a living on the offensive glass.
Adler. Drops to Saylor. Saylor missed his first three-point attempt. Adler short on his first shot. Hansen on the offensive board, and it goes for the junior, Brad Hansen. 13 points, 8 rebounds, a couple of assists and steals for Hansen yesterday.
Steve Anderson says this kid, give him a year, give him 2 years. He's only a freshman, but he is really going to be something. Might not be around at Douglas much longer, but of course Douglas located out in Box Elder, the Air Force Base.
You're never quite sure when the family will get the transfer orders.
But Peen can really play it. Uncanny is the word Anderson describes him as.
Total recall, I guess, is another way that Coach Anderson called it. You tell him something, he'll do it for you. Walton off front iron. Ritter with the weak side rebound. That's where he shines, but not on the outlet pass. Back, and will Lennox get a break? Price hopes not.
Saw
and
some of that uncanniness by Peen, though. Knowing where everybody is, giving it up. Steve Anderson's third year.
As the head coach there for the Patriots, Jordan Saylor was called for the personal foul. And now Price to the line to try to make Lennox pay for the turnover. 78% free throw shooter. Not yesterday. 100% yesterday.
10 out of 10 from the line. Jeez. He just did everything. Inside, hit some jump shots. 18 rebounds, 9 of those offensive rebounds.
Peen took it right away from Hoffman. And out popping, or excuse me, that was Hansen with the rebound. Hoffman in the corner, pulls up, quick jump shot. Weak side rebound, Brad Hansen scores. Lennox more of a secondary type of breaking team. That was what you'd call a primary break.
And Hansen, great hustle. He had the rebound down at the defensive end, ran the floor.
Well, if you don't hustle for Coach Hooten, you don't play. Simple as that. Now Hoffman's turn to guard Peen.
A 1-3-1 out of Lennox. Adler roam in the middle. They're looking for Price. There he is. Worley.
Well, how liberal a stat keeper are you? Worley will want an assist, but he won't get it from me on that one. And a held ball. Hoffman did the Cardinals in. He picked up the ball in the backcourt. Will break away. 3:34 left to play. First quarter, close game. It's a 1-point game. Douglas with the edge.
Thinking about a student loan? Then you've got questions.
How do I qualify? Where do I begin?
How much can I borrow?
Need answers? Call the Norwest Student Loan Center. We know the student loan business, and we've got the information you're looking for. Just call us toll-free. We'll give you the answers you need to any kind of question.
Okay. Daytona Beach or South Padre?
Well, almost any question.
Norwest Student Loan Center. We'll get you the answers.
In this era of shoe contracts, million-dollar salaries and signing bonuses, there's still one place where the game is still a game, where the only thing you'll earn is the respect of your opponent, where winning is a goal, not a job, where success is measured in achievements, not dollar signs. Toshiba America Information Systems salutes high school athletes and their spirit.
Toshiba America, in touch with Toshiba America, Toshiba.
The quick shot after they beat the pressure, and there's Hansen after he had the defensive rebound at the other end, ran the floor and was there for the carom. 4 for the big fella.
Douglas hitting 3 out of their first 10 shots. Lennox 3 out of its first 8. Neither team lighting it up on the offensive end. Peen will start it all over.
Back to the man-to-man. Wilms is in to
That was for 3.
There's Jeff Wilms. Played a great game off the bench last night for Lennox, 11 points.
Jeff Larson thought, the assistant coach for Lennox thought it was the best game Wilms played all year. Rops on the baseline, nothing but net for the sophomore.
They got to get him off to a start. Didn't score till the 4th quarter last night.
Had 4 rebounds and just those 2 points. That was the only basket he made yesterday, that one you were talking about. Ritter out on Worley. The lob to Walton breaks the half-court trap, and Peen from the wing. The different look at 6'2" going up against Peen now. Price in traffic. Nice shot. I thought yesterday he showed us, Tom, that when he gets the ball in the lane and you swear there's no way he can get the ball to go up, he found a way to score.
Yeah, just kind of floats around in there until he gets the ball, and then bang, quick, he's right to the hoop. Foul went on Ben Rops.
He was dynamite in the first half. Ended with 33 in the game against Chamberlain. And at the half, he had 17. The game was decided by the half, too. So there's 2 free throws. Put Douglas back up by a point.
That's where you want Hansen, if you're playing defense on him.
Now Hansen goes back down low, and Worley follows him. Lennox reversing the ball fairly well. Adler on the drive, past Walton, dishes it down low. Pass is not connecting right away. Ritter. Offensive rebound, Hansen. Foul on number 20, Dwayne Peen, as Hansen tried to go back up. Be a 2-shot foul, so Hansen will get the 2 at the line.
Really being active down there. He got by Worley as the shot went up. Ball came off right for him, of course, but working hard for it.
Number 34, Scott Percival, a sophomore, has come into the game for Douglas, and there you see Darius Boonsma, number 40, a sophomore. Both of those 2 kids played a number of minutes yesterday. Both teams will go as far as 9 deep on a regular basis.
Hey, on the lace one time.
Hansen was going to be a wrestler. Had a brother that was a pretty good wrestler.
Yeah, state champion. Adler slides in there and pulls out the board. Ritter fires up another one. Dean goes to work on Wilms. Finds Price over Rops, over Hansen. A little bit short. Adler was not looking for the outlet.
Passer's fault. That's what Tim Hooten's screaming about. He's yelling at Brad Hansen for not hanging on to it and waiting for the pressure to clear out.
Matt Percival checks in for John Walton. And Worley will come in at the next dead ball. We're at the 1:15 mark of the first quarter, opening quarter, Lennox and Douglas. That's Jason Price, Matt Percival. Scott Percival.
Great help by Adler. So much size out there defensively for Lennox. All these guys 6'3" or better, long arms, cover a lot of ground.
Lennox switching at almost every screen. Now Adler guarding Price. Price with the fadeaway. Ritter with the weak side rebound. Wilms picked up his dribble and now ahead to Adler. Time left, opening quarter. Rops posting up Price. Back out front Wilms. 3-point attempt Adler. Rops will get called for the push. 2 on Ben Rops. And that'll bring in Aaron Poppinga, 6'4" junior.
We'll let these guys get in. And I see that involved about 21 points for a push.
Shove in the back. Adler had the open shot. There's so much pressure defensively. When you get open, it's such a surprise that it's tough to knock that shot down. You expect somebody to be right in your face.
There's Ben, whose older brother Tom has a big game tomorrow. Tom Romps up at South Dakota State. Is down in Hays, Kansas for the North Central Regional playoffs.
Jackrabbit women lost today, by the way.
Worley. Adler tries to beat the buzzer, and you could tell by his reaction he knew it was online and had a chance to go, but a low-scoring quarter, and we're all tied up at 9. Douglas and Lennox in the semifinals of the State A.
Hey, Boopy.
I don't think so, Baldy.
Well, no one has the edge after the first 8 minutes. Tom, you like this matchup? You thought it'll be one of those fourth quarter deciders, huh?
I really think so. Defense is not going to let either team get out of hand. Both of them play such good D. Saylor back in for Lennox, and they're both relatively deep, so I don't think it's going to get out of hand, no.
Neither team shooting lights out. Both teams doing a pretty good job on the defensive rebounds, I think, as well, even though Hansen has had a couple of offensive ones and he scored off it. He leads all scorers with 5. That's Hansen right there with the ball. Price is guarding him. That's Poppinga in the corner. Wilms. No, Saylor, excuse me.
Nobody can really get anybody picked off. Working through the screens.
And Aaron Poppinga in and out on his first shot attempt. And Brad Hansen called for the backcourt foul. I like the way Craig Worley is working for the Glass, too, on both ends of the floor. Tim Hooten, 283 wins against 81 losses.
Take a look at the numbers. That's Douglas, 21%. Lennox, 31%. Attribute a lot of that to the defense. Neither team able to knock down a 3 yet. Rebounding, the bigger Lennox team with an edge there, and of course the turnovers off that Douglas pressure. There's the man.
Jason Price off the window. His first field goal to go along with 3 free throws. Adler against Peen. Hansen double team, and a foul out front on Price.
Yeah, before the shot went up. Got the good collapse, but when you get the turn like that, tough to stop.
Worley playing from behind, Price out on front, and there was a guy sliding down. And that's Eppard, who just came in.
That's a push on the rebound.
And the guy who's being helped up off the floor is the guy called for the foul. That's Brad Hansen. Eppard, number 23, C.R. Eppard, a 6-foot junior. His role on the team to shoot the basketball. That's him who put it up right there. Now watch number 45 slipping down. That's where the foul was called.
That's where it was. I don't know if it was one, but
that's where it was called. Worley wants to work on Hansen.
Ooh, he almost got number 3 right there. Worley has been active, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. 6 points now as Worley banked that one in. So the last 2 field goals have gone off the window. Long pass down underneath and saved by Wilms out to Saylor. The Orioles, a 3-point shooting team. I don't think they've made a 3 yet. No.
0 for 5.
Peen on the break, blocked by Hansen. And Adler thought it was last touched by Peen. Well, you decide. It looked like it was. Ben Rops came back in and just slapped it right back to Worley.
Now, without Hansen in there, it changes things quite a bit.
Percival for 3.
Price and Worley can go to work for Douglas.
Price is guarding Adler, and effort. Boy, I tell you, he does not miss much from that corner. Saylor, his second.
Worley's getting all kinds of position down there. That's why we've got all these pushing fouls. Take a look to the right-hand side of your screen. I don't know if we'll... Yeah, you see Craig's head in there, and then...
Both hands on his back.
Yes.
Peen works his way back to the middle. Percival in the lane. There's Walton. Up from about 16. Down to Adler.
They want Johnny Walton to shoot the ball, though. Doesn't shoot it enough, in coach's opinion. Shoots over 50% when he does let it fly. Effort's not
again.
shy.